Car Cost Canada provides the dealer's cost, a list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code Motormouth to become an expert member and get access to exclusive and powerful savings. The link is in the description below. I had a chance to drive this vehicle in the summertime in Death Valley, California, when it was all camoed up, towing a trailer where Volkswagen was doing some hot weather testing. Now we get the wraps off the Atlas Cross Sport. Basically, they're two-row, five-passenger version of the highly successful Atlas. Now, here's a few things I learned about the existing Atlas. People who buy it are younger than the average three-row mid-size family category. They actually earn more money than the average buyer, and a lot of them are millennials, and 80% plus are new to the Volkswagen brand. So that three-row, seven-passenger utility vehicle has brought a lot of people into Volkswagen. Now Volkswagen has shed the third row of seats and given this Atlas a sportier look to appeal to maybe even more people. So what do you get with this Atlas Cross Sport? Well, the wheelbase remains exactly the same as the Atlas. What they've done is they've changed the front and rear design, shortened it up just a little bit, got rid of the third row of seats, but they kept the space in the second row, which is really quite enormous. And all of that extra space is now made up as cargo area behind the second row of seats. And the way this looks now with the new front nose is the look of Atlas going forward. They're going to take this look and put it on the regular three-row utility for 2021, so it's getting a facelift. So we're here on the road between Vancouver and Whistler driving this new Volkswagen utility. Let's get inside. I'll tell you about the two engine choices. Well, driving between Vancouver and Squamish is exactly what people envision when they buy a utility vehicle like this. We're going to head up to Whistler and go skiing for the weekend in our new utility vehicle. And that's exactly the mindset people have, and we're getting a chance to do it today. Really good road too, lots of twists and turns. So the engine most people buy is the V6, or technically known as the VR6 Volkswagen engine. That is 276 horsepower, but the turbo four-cylinder is no slouch either. It's 235 horsepower. So it really comes down to price point. That four-cylinder is the less expensive model. Now the big update for 2020 for this Atlas Cross Sport and the regular Atlas is even if you get the base four-cylinder, it now comes standard with 4Motion all-wheel drive and an 8-speed automatic transmission. And it's been a while since I had a chance to drive the Atlas, the regular Atlas, and I don't remember it being as refined and polished as this. And it's a nice feeling actually. It's not firm in any way. It's quite smooth and relaxed and laid back, which is probably what most people are going to want in their everyday utility. However, if you get the top model in Canada, the Exec line, you can get the R-Line package, which gets you unique looking front and rear bumpers, plus the 21-inch wheels, which probably would make this feel a little bit more planted. Wheel sizes start at 18 inches and, as I mentioned, go up to 21 inches.
The Atlas buyer has been a new type of buyer for Volkswagen. 88% of Atlas customers are actually new to the brand, and those customers are on average 41 years old, which is 5 years younger than the average in the intermediate SUV segment, and kind of impressively, 44% of them are millennials. So we are attracting a new, younger buyer that we hope will stay loyal to Volkswagen for years to come.
So another thing I found out today is that the Atlas, the regular 7-passenger 3-row utility vehicle, outsells in Canada the Honda Pilot. Now that's saying something. So this vehicle has a lot of pull, and I have a theory about this. I think that there are a lot of people who buy in silos. So there's going to be a lot of fans of Japanese build quality and design, which will go towards the Highlander and the Pilot. They would only buy a Japanese import utility vehicle. But there's a whole lot of people that would like to own a German utility. And a 3-row utility from a German manufacturer that isn't BMW, Audi, or Mercedes was never available. now it is an Atlas. And I think a lot of those people that like German vehicles gravitated towards the Atlas. Plus, if you compare it to those premium brands, even the most expensive Atlas model is a lot cheaper. And this is a very big vehicle. So they've taken that same formula and applied it to this sportier look. So what did they do? They dropped the roof down by 58 millimeters. They shortened the overall length of the Atlas by 71 millimeters, but the wheelbase remains exactly the same, which means you get tons of room in the back seat and a huge cargo area in the back. So this is still very usable, still very big. In fact, I think it's probably one of the biggest in this class. So it's basically for people that don't need a third row. Now they have an option. So the base model has cloth seats. They're heated up front though, which is good news. And you get a small 6.5-inch screen in the center for communication. All of the other vehicles get a larger 8-inch screen. That's the one that I have here today. Upgraded seat materials go to leatherette, and don't discount that leatherette, by the way, because leatherette holds up and looks good years down the road, especially if you put dogs and things in the back seat. The leatherette is going to hold up. Then you go into the top trims, and that gets you the full leather interior, plus you can have heated rear seats and ventilated front seats, and of course a heated steering wheel. Now, standard safety features are so important now for a lot of Canadian buyers, and the good news is Volkswagen doesn't make you pay extra to get forward collision warning and autonomous braking. They used to have that sort of wrapped in packages, and now it's included in this Atlas Cross Sport as standard equipment. Now, at the beginning, I told you a lot of new buyers to the Volkswagen family with the Atlas utility. And a vast majority of them, almost 50% of them, bought the most expensive trim in the Canadian marketplace, which shows that people are looking at Atlas as a premium SUV alternative. Instead of getting an Audi, maybe a Mercedes or a BMW, they're gravitating towards this, which is why the pricing of this vehicle is really quite high. So basically $39,000 if you want the base model turbo 4-cylinder, and it goes all the way up to $55,000 for the top exec line in Canada, and then if you want the R line on top of that for the 21-inch wheels and the unique front and rear applications, that's another $1,700 more. But the vast majority of people go for the full-in top model here in the Canadian marketplace, which shows people really are looking at Atlas as an alternative to a luxury utility in the Canadian marketplace, and now they have more options. Car Cost Canada provides the dealer's cost, a list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code Motormouth to become an expert member and get access to exclusive and powerful savings. The link is in the description below.